Have you ever noticed how touchy Cynthia Erivo gets around Ariana Grande? The soft back rubs, the hand holding, the little finger locking moment, and of course, that viral red carpet moment where Cynthia physically stepped in to protect Ariana from a stranger. Fans have been asking, what kind of friendship is this? And why is Cynthia always so gentle, so protective, and physically connected to Ariana? When Ariana and Cynthia started promoting Wicked, people instantly saw the chemistry. Cynthia wasn't just standing beside Ariana, she was comforting her, guiding her, touching her gently in every interview. Ariana even grabbed Cynthia's finger during a press moment, almost like she was grounding herself through Cynthia's energy. Ariana has explained that she expressed emotion through her hands, and Cynthia happens to be someone she feels deeply safe with. That alone made fans fall in love with their dynamic.
And really take care of each other on screen and off screen, and just kind of have a really truthful friendship.
But everything intensified during the Wicked premiere in Singapore when a stranger suddenly rushed toward Ariana on the red carpet. It was fast and unexpected, and before everyone could react, Cynthia jumped forward and shielded Ariana with her body. It was pure instinct, but that moment told the world everything. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo actually have multiple matching tattoos. They tattooed the phrase "for good," a reference to their character's iconic duet on their palms. They even got the tattoos on opposite hands so that when they hold hands, the words touch. And that's not all, they also have matching poppy flower tattoos, another symbol from the Wizard of Oz.
You both got tattoos?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Many.
Can you show us any of them and what the story behind them are?
This one is for good, so that when we hold hands, they touch. We have our poppies here,
Hers is upside down, mine is the other way.
and then you have. Well, you can't show.
I can't show it today, but well,
She
I
has her
have
hat and her broom.
My hat is on the inside of my arm. My broom is on the outside of my arm here.
The first one we got.
Which one?
Oh,
The heart. So
and
she
G.
has. I have a heart with a G in it. She has a heart with an E in it.
on the backs of our
On the
legs.
backs of our legs.
And then I got Linda from the 1901
That's right.
original book. L. Frank Baum.
And I have a vase of poppies. Yeah. We had a
And
few.
It was kind of funny because we were getting these permanent things on our bodies
Yeah.
before we knew if the movie was going to be good. You know, we were,
We're
we're like
just deciding
and,
together.
and John was like, "That's really extreme. You guys are hardcore."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Should we not?"
Should we not?
we were like,
Why
"Are we
would
doing
we?"
okay? Is this okay?"
We'll have to circle back for part 2 and maybe see if you've gotten any more.
You
Yeah.
can't see us. We're covered. We're just like not here. We're just,
Just
the
tattoos.
entire script.
Some reports even claim they have more matching tattoos they haven't fully revealed, including letters dedicated to each other. That level of commitment is rare, even in Hollywood. Cynthia isn't just a co-star, she acts like someone who feels responsible for Ariana, someone who cares enough to step in without thinking twice. Behind the scenes, their friendship grew during long filming hours, emotional rehearsals, and months of living in the same creative bubble. Ariana calls Cynthia healing energy, and Cynthia refers to Ariana as my heart. This is where the speculation began. Fans started asking whether their bond might be something deeper than friendship. People on Reddit and TikTok said the tattoos, the constant touching, the protective behavior, and the emotional closeness look more like a relationship than a friendship. Some even believe they are quietly and secretly dating.
Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo love each other.
And I love you. And yeah.
We have reached a point in the culture where nobody on the internet can tell the difference between something that is real and something that is not real. We are in like a post-reality reality. This post just came up on my feed. It is so clearly rage bait. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande stun as they reveal they are in a non-demi-curious, semi-binary relationship. Cynthia explained, "It means we're not actually a couple, but we are curious about what that could mean and everything." She demented. She demented. Every single person responding to this post is reacting to it as if it is a serious journalistic endeavor. And of course, a lot of people are using it to start discourse about LGBT people. and to hate on Cynthia, which I guess is just a thing that everybody on the internet is doing right now. I don't care about Ariana Grande or about Cynthia Erivo particularly. I'm not a wicked girly. If you are, that's fine. I can't avoid seeing things about it because I am a citizen of the internet in 2025. But I am just shocked. I'm just shocked that we're at a point where we can't pick up even a tiny bit on rage bait, even when it's super obvious. Of course, half the comments are probably from bots, which doesn't make it better. It's really getting to a point where I don't know how much longer I can continue to be on social media, because the lack of critical thinking is astounding.
I just feel like Cynthia Erivo is in love with Ariana Grande. She's so much in love that it's low-key becoming obsessive. Like, I understand friends being soulmates, as they say, right? Because that's what Tony say. They're best friends, they're soulmates. I get that, I understand that. And I understand she's protective of her, that's what y'all say, right? And best friends could be protective of each other. That happens all the time, but the way Cynthia does it, bro, like she really be watching Ariana, like watching everything. She fixed her necklace. Her necklace didn't need to be fixed. It was nothing wrong with her necklace. Ariana talking and you staring at her, like her neck and everything, like, come on now. And then when that fan was jumping up near Ariana getting crazy, and she ran so fast, like she was top flight security. She ran so fast to push his ass out the way. Like, the security was right there, bro. You was watching her. You was looking like. And she's always finding every single moment to touch her. She's always finding some reason to touch her, to grab her, to, like, y'all not telling me nothing. I don't care. Like, they literally can't keep their hands off of each other. They low-key be flirting, touching, giggling, whispering to each other. Like, they look like a real couple. They look like a real couple.
On the other hand, many fans argue that Ariana and Cynthia deeply have a rare, soulful, artistic connection. A friendship that is emotional, spiritual, and expressive. Nothing more, nothing less.
Ariana has exhibited the same bizarre, obsessive behaviors towards Cynthia as Cynthia has to her. I mean, we all remember the finger thing, right?
Yeah. I didn't know that was happening.
Their friendship is beautiful and deep and weird, but from what we've known from them, Cynthia jumping in when Ariana was grabbed was not weird. That's what friends do. That's even what acquaintances would do. And Black women are allowed to be friends with people. Do I agree that Black women are expected to be everyone's savior and it's exhausting? Yes. Do I think that's what happened here? No. Can I for sure say that Ariana would have done the same for Cynthia? No. But what I can say is, just a few weeks ago, a Black woman got a glass smashed on her head in front of both of those women, and both of those women jumped in to help that Black woman. They comforted her and they made her feel better. And not to be parasocial, but everything I know of Ariana Grande shows that she's a deeply compassionate person that cares a lot about the people around her. And she's also been through a lot. And believe it or not, I do think you can be so woke that you're being a little bit unfair. Like, seriously, what was Cynthia Erivo supposed to do? Her best friend got bum rushed. And it kind of feels like no matter what Black women do, even when people are trying to be defensive of them, they're still being scrutinized.
I've been seeing a lot about Ariana and Cynthia Erivo and how they're like too close to where it's weird. And someone who was in theater for 4 years of their life and barely watched a theatrical performance before that, I gotta let y'all know, man. I don't think y'all know how theater kids really are, because I was never a theater kid before getting into production and design. I actually never ended up being a theater kid in the end anyway, but theater kids are weird and they have this connection. Not all of them, but a lot of them have this connection that is different from the outside world. And I think a lot of people just don't understand theater kids. And I know you guys think it's like, oh my God, like she's treating her like a baby. You don't know theater kids. That's honestly all I can say on that topic. Like, I think being in theater makes you have this connection with another person that can't necessarily be described. Like all the emotions you have to put into it, all the time you have to spend with that person or these people, it's like, it's just different, and that's okay. But I think y'all taking it a little bit too far. I don't know, I saw some people saying that they was really wicked.
People have completely forgotten what it's like to have a deep friendship. At first, when I saw all the reactions to Ariana and Cynthia Erivo's friendship, I was really angry because I was like, why does vulnerability and death equals something weird or something hugely different that people will be like, what the hell is this? To the point where people are like, oh, I would never want to be anywhere near this. But this is what it looks like when you've spent God knows how many years with someone who understands you, connects with you spiritually, mentally, physically. They've probably seen each other in states and emotions and evolution and growth in ways that other people never have. And instead of applauding this beautiful human connection and how both Ariana and Cynthia are such beautiful human beings, like I wish this video of Cynthia Erivo going to her old school, surprising the choir, and everybody was crying, including her. And that is true influence, true connection. That is what being human beings are. We connect to people. So here are my message for every single person who doesn't understand their bond. This is what deep friendship can look like. We women we're not meant to be enemies and like constantly compete against each other and compare against each other. We are meant to be friends and we are meant to support each other, and we are so much stronger when we do.
I am so fascinated with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's friendship because it reminds me of those like really pure friendships that you had in childhood where y'all were basically like in love with each other, you know what I mean? And when I say in love with each other, I mean this in the most platonic sense. I think that some of us are so like either traumatized or socially ingrained that we forget that you can be platonically in love with people. It doesn't have to involve sexual desire or romantic intentions. I think that people often forget that being in love is like a state of being, a frequency, and not necessarily this romantic ideology, right? And I think everyone has experienced this at least once, at least in a friendship sense. I've never experienced it in a romantic sense, but I've definitely experienced it with a friend. But because it ended so badly, it's a state that I've never been able to return to. And this is why this friendship is so interesting to me, because it's one of those things that like, this is the type of friendship that as an adult I crave, like I really want. And I've seen like some women refer to this as like where they thought they were like questioning their sexuality. I never questioned like my sexuality during these relationships. I just had like an extremely like deep, intimate bond with my friend where we basically shared every detail with each other. I mean, we would like fall asleep on the phone. Like we'd spend like literally 8 hours on the phone together. We were inseparable, like emotionally. And it was just a closeness that I never experienced with another human being. And when those friendships ended, that chapter of my life pretty much closed. So my next like goal in life was to find it in romance. And that never happened either. But I'm going to assume it's because I actually knew what it felt like. And so it's not something that is like easily replicable, you know what I mean? So I'm just wondering like how Cynthia and Ariana achieve this in adulthood when it really comes from like this pure like childlike place where you pretty much have to like forget any harm or any like trauma or betrayal or anything like that you've experienced in order to like allow yourself to experience that type of love, because that's essentially what being in love is, right? Allowing yourself to receive this friendship, in this case, this unconditional love and friendship and caring and nurturing that another person is offering you. And I think it's easier for people with the concept of romance, right? Because, you know, that's the mainstream narrative that is portrayed on TV, where that's normal, that's natural. But as far as friendship goes, the media, you know, the sphere doesn't really push that. So I'm just like, how do they do that? Like, I would love to experience that again. I think I haven't experienced that since I was like 13, 14. It's something I've never experienced in romance. I don't know, the concept itself is very hard to explain, but if you've experienced it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you watch Ariana and, you know, Cynthia, then you know for a fact that this is exactly what it is. But I just find it so like interesting. Like they're clearly in a platonic romance. I mean, I hope it's platonic. For the sake of this conversation, it's platonic. They could be bumping coochies for all I know, but I would think it's platonic, and it's just because we're not used to like looking at adult friendships on this scale of love. To us, it looks like insane, but to me, this is like the healthiest, like strongest friendship bond I've ever seen, and I crave this type of friendship. In fact, every other form of friendship is unsatisfactory to me. Like, I've been wanting this level of friendship since I was 14, and I've never gotten it again. Bitches is haters. Bitches is angry. They not loyal. This is the type of loyalty I look for in another person.
If you're not up to speed on what's going on with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, here's a quick recap. Basically, these two actresses / singers are doing a press tour run to promote their new movie, Wicked for Good, which I think comes out this week. And during this press run and all these like red carpet events and these interviews they've been doing, people are noticing that they're really skinny and really weird, meaning, you know, they're touchy-feely, they glued to each other, you know, they're all over each other, and they just like talk like babies and stuff, right? And they're weird, and they're really skinny. And Michelle Yeoh's really skinny too, but it's mostly about Cynthia and Ariana. And people are seeing this, and they're upset, and they're coming on TikTok, and they're talking about it, and they're saying, guys, why is Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo so skinny? Why are they so skinny? Why are they so weird? This is annoying. This is off-putting. And that's it. That's the entire conversation. And I gotta say, to be honest, it's very strange to me that people are talking about them being skinny and them being weird so much, because in my mind, I'm like, well, what difference does it make? Celebrities have always been weird. They've always been skinny. Why are we just now caring about these two in particular acting extra weird, extra skinny? This is the norm. Also, what difference does it make when it comes to the actual movie? Are you like not going to go see the movie? Are you going to protest Wicked for Good because Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are super skinny and super weird? Are we putting our foot down on weirdness and thinness? I don't know, all the discourse about it is just so weird to me. It doesn't make any sense. The movie's the movie. I'm still going to go see it. I don't give a shit if they're skinny and weird. Be skinny, be weird. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with the movie. I don't know, I just find it all very strange. Anyway, that's what's going on.
But whether you see them as best friends or something deeper, one thing is clear. Their connection is not ordinary. The touchiness, the matching tattoos, the protective instincts, it all paints a picture of two women who mean a lot to each other. Their bond is soft, it's emotional, it's powerful, and it feels deeper than the average Hollywood friendship. So yes, the speculation will continue. The internet will keep making jokes and theories, but at the end of the day, only Ariana and Cynthia know the full truth. So what do you think? Are Ariana and Cynthia just best kind of friends? Soulful, protective, and inseparable? Or is there something deeper going on behind those matching tattoos and tender moments? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is one bond that's got the internet completely captivated. And if you enjoyed this video, please do well to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you, and see you on the next one.